Hi, this is Neil Walters. I wanted to talk to you a little bit further about maxing out your town this week for red steel. So I did a video earlier. I'm kind of hoping and assuming you've seen that, where here I have 12 steel mills and I added a 13th here. And now I'm thinking about adding number 14, 15, and maybe 16 over here. But I really, I always go back to what's called the theory of constraints. Okay. So look over here, and these numbers work out phenomenally close, or almost exact is what I mean. So look here, how much lumber I'm making. I'm making 361, let's just round down. So I'm making 361 lumber per hour. So that is actually the same number of iron within. The only difference is, the lumber is going to be just 2 or 3 steps ahead of the iron. So actually, let's take the iron numbers. Now let's take the iron, 359. Let's just round the two. Okay, let's do 360. Okay. Now divide that by, it takes, let's double check. I want to make sure. I did this a few minutes ago, so I should have the numbers on my line. It takes 3 steel to, sorry, it's so late at night. 3 steel to make a red steel. But how many iron does it take? It takes 5 iron this week. Normally it takes 10 iron. That's why you have to stop and think about this. So this week in this meta, you only need 5 iron to make a steel. Okay, so back to my calculator. So we divide basically how much lumber you're producing, which should equal your iron ore. Divide that by 5, and that gives you 72. And look over here at my steel, and sure enough, 71.80, which is doggone close. That did say 72. I think I hit another button there. Okay, so that's almost 72 to the nose. Okay, now take that, and it takes 3 steels, regular steels, to make a red steel. So you divide that by 3, and I get 24. And look at there, 24 red steels per hour. Those numbers are perfect and right on. It's just so amazing. So my point is, if I'm going to add X number, and like I said, I think they really need to come in groups of 4. If I want to add 4 more steel mills, I have this one already and 3 more up here. I'm going to have to increase my lumber by, I mean, we could do the math. So if I want to make, how can I bump this up? Okay, we do the other way we do it. We can say, okay, I got 24. And I think right now I have 3 steel mills making red steel. So divide by 3. That means I'm making 8 red steel per hour per steel mill. Okay, so now if we look at that, to make another 8 of those, which obviously that would move me up. So the best I could do, think of it this way, is I could jump from 23 to say 31 or 32 here. Okay, 23 plus 8, yes, 31, 32, rounding off. Okay, so then I could get up to 32 steel per hour if I did that. But if I'm going to do that, then I need to make the equivalent amount of lumber to go with it. So if we think of this going up by a quarter, basically going from 23 and adding a third to it. Sorry, the math here. I don't have a spreadsheet. But anyway, 24 divided by 3 is 8, right? And if we add 8 to that, that gives us 32. But do the same math on your lumber. I would have to take a third of that as 120 lumber, and I would need to add another 120 lumbers per hour to be able to support these extra 4 steel mills. And right now, I don't think that's possible. Okay, so that was my dilemma, and I just thought I'd share that with you as you start planning this week. This may be the max I get, or the best case, I could add another couple of steel mills in here, but my numbers are not going to go up much unless I can get more wood. So then you go back to do the same math on your strawberries. Let's see, what's my strawberry math? I haven't done that yet. So I'm doing 719 of those per hour. Okay, so let's do here clear. Let's go back to, no, let's do the red steel, which say that's 24. Let's just round off. No, I keep deciding if I can't decide if I want to use the fractions or not. 23 and a half times, well, actually what we need is 13, right? So if you look at the red steel, no, you need 14 strawberries. I thought it was 13. Okay, so it's 14 strawberries to make one red steel. Just 1 second. Verify so I'm absolutely accurate here. Got 14 strawberries. What was I doing? So take 23 times 14, and that means I need 329 strawberries per hour to do what I'm doing now. So I'm definitely overproducing strawberries. And then I can also watch my trucks up here. I have seen them selling strawberries, but I think, yeah, I'm making way too many strawberries. So then you got to do the math and the numbers. I'm not going to do that for you, but how many of these strawberry fields could I remove? And if I replace them with forest or wood, yeah, just regular forest like this, that's not a forest. These forest guys, or tree farms. I got to use the right word. Sorry, tree farms. Then could you get enough extra wood? And I still don't. I'm being negative right now. I don't really see it's going to be possible for me to do that, given the NFTs I have and the space I have. You're going to need more iron too. So then I could add 3 more iron mines over here. Actually 4 if I use that space down there. But then I'm going to lose a couple of my lugger houses and so on. And just, I'll probably do a separate video on this. But by the way, I did put down this research center. I didn't even research the research center. I thought, well, why not? Let's do it. It took 20 lumber and 20 oaks. So thank goodness I had this oak holder over here, this special oak, what the heck it's called, big oak shed. And the problem is, though, just building it doesn't do you a lot of good. Now watch what happens when you hit craft. And I think I'm going to have enough cash tomorrow morning if I leave this run overnight where I can do this. And so that's when I'll make another video about this. So being that I have this big oak shed here will hold 60 oak, I should still have 60 oak or 50 oak in the morning. And I'll probably just turn that one on. And then, that will increase my trees as well, right? So then that might make having those extra steel mills possible. Speeding up the miners, of course, that would help. But then I'll need another 775 million, which would maybe take it every day. Yeah, you should be able to make, like right now. Let's look how much money I have. I think I have 49 million. So how close am I to having 50? I think 50 was all I need. No, I need 75 million. Yeah, so I'll have that by the morning. So 50 oak wood, 75 million. And if you want to do all of them at once, you need 250 million. I wish they put some commas in there. I think that's 250 million, 10 steel and 100 lumber. So the problem with some of these is like to get 50 water drums, you're going to have to stop making your steel for a little while, but that should only be probably 10 minutes. 50 iron, probably the same thing. 100 lumber, you're just going to have to stop producing other things for 10 minutes. And then I'm kind of assuming, and I haven't even read this on anybody's, I haven't looked at the playbook or anything else yet. The 582 seconds, I'm thinking that that's how long it's going to take before this becomes active once you click that button. But to be honest, I don't know yet, and I'll find out when I do it. So anyway, that's my little extra video today on the ratios, the math, and the video, and the math and the percentages behind TownStar this week for the red steel mill build. Talk to you later.